and welcome to Hoboken High School's Asst 2025 Commencement ceremony. Could everyone please rise as our senior class president, Ereon King, will lead us in the pledge.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. For our national anthem, and that will be performed by Jaden Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose much rise and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets that led above bursting yet grew through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well done, Jaden. Obviously, his voice sounds a lot better than mine. I apologize in advance for your case of laryngitis, but I'm going to do my very best to get through this. Today, I am honored to welcome each and every one of you, our families, our friends, and loved ones who have come to celebrate the achievements of our graduating seniors. Your presence here means so much to our students and to our school community. I would also like to take a moment to extend a warm welcome to some of our guests. Dr. Johnson, Superintendent of Schools. Ms. Rodriguez-Gomez, Assistant Superintendent of Schools. Dr. Valia, the Director of our Special Services. Mr. Callagy from the Facilities Department. Mr. Unknown, Director of Guidance, Mr. Cook, and Mr. Miller from our Technology Office, and to our Board of Education members, Ms. Angley, Ms. Cademartori, Mrs. Delara, Mr. Salutatorian, Mr. Briana, Mrs. Kana, Mr. Cluffo, Mrs. McGuirk, and Mrs. Norwood. We are so grateful to all of you for your continued support and committed to providing exceptional opportunities for our students. Because of your dedication, the programs at Hoboken High School are among the very best in New Jersey. And I truly believe, without a doubt, that Hoboken High School is the best. Thank you for being here, for everything, and for everything you do for our school community. Okay, you can all sit now. Sorry about that, I'm just so happy my voice is working. We are also honored to welcome our Hudson County Freeholder, Anthony Romano, and City Council members, Emily DeBoer, Ruben Ramos, Joe Quintero, Jimmy Doyle, and Michael Ruth. Thank you. As you know, this milestone was not reached by one person alone. This is far from a one-woman show. It has taken a village of dedicated individuals to help get each and every one of you to this stage tonight. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Mr. Terry. Grade guidance counselor, who has been instrumental throughout your high school journey. From organizing college planning night, financial aid night, college fair, campus visits, to hosting instant decision days, his dedication is unwavering. Not to mention the application process, letters of recommendation, and stress relief throughout the entire process. Alongside Mr. Terry, Mrs. Gleason, Mr. Cora, and Mr. Cagio have been vital in supporting our students every step of the way. Together, making sure you have the resources, guidance, and encouragement to reach your goals. To my incredible administrative team, Mr. Ponce, Mr. Williams, Mr. Baker, Mr. Fenway, Dr. Carr, your dedication, leadership, and daily efforts make a powerful difference in the lives of our students. To our faculty, you have spent the last 4 years nurturing, guiding, and preparing these students for the world ahead. You've instilled confidence, knowledge, and resilience. I often say, and I truly believe, the faculty here is second to none. I am endlessly grateful to work alongside such talented, passionate people. And this year we bid farewell to our beloved member of our high school family, Ms. Drumgold, who is retiring. As a respectful worker on our child studies team, advisor to our Best Buddies program, she has been a fierce advocate and compassionate presence for our students. Her work has helped grow the program into something truly special, and she has touched so many lives with kindness and dedication. The students love her, and so do we. Ms. Drumgold, you will be deeply missed, but we want to make sure you don't forget about us. So we put together a little gift bag to remind you of the love and appreciation we all feel. Anyone who knows Ms. Struggle, she loves a goodie bag. In the context of life, roots generally refers to the foundational aspects of a person's identity, values, and experiences that shape who they are and how they live. This includes family, culture, heritage, personal history, and core beliefs. They provide a sense of belonging, grounding, and purpose. I believe that your 13 years in school have also helped strengthen your roots and help shape the people you are. As always, I want to share a short story that demonstrates how important roots are. It is called The Bamboo Tree. In the world of plants, the Chinese bamboo tree stands out, but not for the reasons you might think. When you plant the seed of a Chinese bamboo tree, you water it, care for it, and you wait. For a whole year, nothing happens. Then 2 years, still nothing. You keep watering. 3 years go by. 4, still no sign of growth above the soil. At this point, many would give up. But if you're patient, by the 5th year, something incredible happens. The bamboo tree suddenly grows up to 90 feet in 6 weeks. Why did it take so long? Because all that time, the tree was growing underground. It was developing strong roots, roots that could support rapid growth when the time was right. As graduates, you may feel pressure to succeed quickly. But success doesn't always show up right away. What matters is that you keep watering your dreams, keep building your roots through learning, failure, effort, and courage. Because one day, when the time is right, you'll shoot up, and the world will finally see what you've been working on all along. When I think of this story, I believe you were planted at Hoboken High School. We watered you, nurtured you, and fed you, knowing that you were growing. While not always evident to the eye, we knew, just as your family did. And now we sit here after year 4, and we know, just like the bamboo tree, that next year we are going to sprout up for the world to see. Sometimes we can be really impatient, and we expect everything to happen instantaneously. But like the bamboo tree, that is not always the case. I know that all of you are capable. I know that this collective group has provided you with strong roots that will support you wherever your next chapter takes you. Be patient, work hard, and do not forget to water and nurture yourself so when you sprout up, the world will see what I have been able to witness over the past 4 years. You have all brought joy in my life. I thank you for that. Your sense of humor has made me laugh on more than one occasion. Continue to make others laugh, but more importantly, be able to laugh at yourself. It will teach you humility. Always remember to be grateful. Please remember to put your phone down from time to time. Life is not always about taking a picture. It is about living in the moment. Be kind, be peaceful, forgive, and be happy. To my families, thank you for trusting me to take care of your most precious asset, your child. I have never taken that for granted, and we have worked as a team for many years, and I will miss you. Finally, my class, please know that we are always here for you. Just because you graduate, you are always a Red Wing. This is the last time you will hear me say this, but I say it from my heart, make it count. Much love and happiness always. At this time, the mayor asked me to send his congratulations to the class of 2025. He was unexpectedly pulled away. So at this time, we have a performance by the high school choir, Smile, by Jimmy Durant.
When your world is turned around, why not smile? Don't wear a frown. Smile, you're taking. Smile, even though it's weak. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile, and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Love brings gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you'll just smile. You must keep on trying. Smile, crying out. You'll find that life is still worthwhile, worthwhile. Smile,
That is talent. Thank you so much. Great job. So at this time, I have the privilege of introducing the Salutatorian for the class of 2025. That would be Madison Walia-Peters. Madison will be attending Harvard University in the fall and will be
Sorry about that. Okay. Hi everyone. It's such an honor to be speaking in front of all of you guys. I'm going to try something a little bit different for my speech, mostly because I don't want anyone falling asleep on me. What I want everyone to do is raise your hand if you've experienced these things at any point in high school. No pop quizzes, no pressure, just raise your hands. So the first one I have is, raise your hands if you've ever completely bombed a test you were sure you understood. You're not alone, physics humbled me real quick. Raise your hand if you felt like you didn't fit in at some point, or you felt sorry for being yourself. I know, it's not the cheeriest start, but trust me, it gets better. Now, raise your hand if you cried happy tears this year. Maybe after getting an acceptance letter, finishing that final assignment at 3 a.m., or finally just feeling seen by someone. Raise your hand if you found your people here. Even just one person that made high school feel a little bit more like home. Now, this is the last one, it's the most important. Raise your hand if you are not the same person who walked in those doors 4 years ago. Look around. That's us. This is Hoboken High School's class of 2025. We are the sum of thousands of tiny decisions we've made to show up, to care, to keep going, even when it gets hard. So, as we sit here today, in our caps, gowns, and at least 4 bobby pins holding all of this together, let's not forget forget that what brought us here wasn't just grades or goals. It was each other. It was this. It was the 4-year-long group chats. It was watching a game of musical chairs turn into a full-blown battlefield and screaming for our grade like our life depended on it. It was walking into the library with every intention to study, only to spend the entire period talking to your friends about literally anything but homework. It was also Mr. Munoz's ability to make his classroom feel like a second home, full of warmth, energy, and a whole lot of school spirit. Thank you. It was Mr. LeBeg's class turning biology into something I genuinely was interested in. Also, thank you, Mr. LeBeg, for not holding a grudge against me for that paper that I dropped on the last day of reading bio. I promise I'll be a lot more careful in med school. It was Ms. Nellens' famously impossible chem labs, the kind that made you question not just science, but your entire existence. Thank you for challenging us and our sanity in the best possible way. And sometimes it was as simple as an Oreo. Ms. Tang, you might have had the most notorious double B-nows in Hoboken High School history, but for 7 years, you've given us consistency, thoughtfulness, and the occasional spiritual survival candidate. Thank you for being the most amazing teacher I've ever had, and math class in college truly won't be the same without you. This roll call of the things that can be measured, ranked, or put on a transcript, this is what high school truly was. Our journey through high school wasn't just about getting from freshman to senior year. It was about a transformation, inside and out. And yes, I'm including the braces, bad hair phases, and the questionable fashion choices from freshman year. Shout out to my sports goggles. We've all grown, thank goodness for that. We walked into this school carrying the weight of our hopes, fears, and dreams. Some of us thought we knew exactly who we wanted to be. Others weren't so sure, myself included. But what we all learned, often the hard way, is that growth isn't linear. It's messy. It's full of moments where we doubted ourselves, where we stumbled and we wanted to give up. But in those moments, something unexpected happened. In those moments, we became more resilient, more patient, more willing to embrace the unknown. Because truth is, the person we are today is not a result of what we learned in textbooks and lesson plans, but of every challenge we faced and every connection we've made. Some days, even just showing up was the greatest thing you did. And we did it, over and over and over again. That's growth. That's great. That's the making of a person ready to face the world. I want to make one thing clear in this speech. This moment is not mine. It belongs to every single one of you who worked so hard to get here. It belongs to the parents who packed lunches, drove carpools, and came to every single sports game, running on caffeine and sheer willpower. Props to you guys. Mama, Daddy, and Evie, there's no way to say this without getting emotional, so I just say it. You guys gave me roots to hold me steady and wings to fly, and you did it through so many unseen sacrifices. The long nights, the quiet and not so quiet worries, the moments where you put my needs before your own, those things shaped who I am, and more than any lesson or any book ever could. I owe everything I am and everything I hope to be to you guys. Thank you for being my foundation, my hope, and my support. This moment also belongs to the friends. Thank you for making us laugh when we wanted to cry, for sticking around even when it got hard, and seeing us when we felt invisible. This moment belongs to the teachers who believed in us when we didn't believe in ourselves, to the team members and coaches who became family. Huge shout out to the girls volleyball team. I couldn't imagine high school without you guys, and I love you more than I can put into words. Coach Fernandez, Coach Dora, and Coach T, you've been with me from the first open gym freshman year to the bittersweet end of senior season. Your steady presence has meant more to me than I can say, and I grow not just as a player, but as a person because of you guys. Thank you. We love you more than you know, and this moment is yours just as much as it is ours. But before we walk across that stage and into what's next, let's take one more roll call. Raise your hand if you're scared, even a little bit. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're excited for what comes next. Raise your hand if you don't know what's coming next, but you're ready to find out anyway. That's us. Messy, brave, unfinished, exactly where we're supposed to be. So, class of 2025, congratulations, we made it, and we're just getting started. I want to give a shout out to someone really special. Morgan, the outside to my setter, my fiercest academic competitor, my twin, and the only person who can read my mind and steal my clothes at the same time. Thank you for being my anchor, my balance, and occasionally my comedic relief. I wouldn't have made it to this moment without you, at least not in one piece. I love you so much, and I don't know how I'm going to do college without you. Thank you all so much, and we made it.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Madison. Now, I have the pleasure of introducing the valedictorian of Hoboken High School's class of 2025, Amalia, Batlle. Amalia will be attending the University of Notre Dame in the fall and majoring in business analytics.
Good afternoon, faculty, administration, honored guests, and most importantly, class of 2025. Caps and gowns. I can't help but think we're all kind of blindly stepping into a new, mystifying chapter of our lives. And for those of you who just go with the flow, that might sound very exciting. But for someone like me, who's not nonchalant and is constantly thinking 10 steps ahead, that terrifies me. Whether we're heading to college, trade school, or jumping straight into the workforce, if there's one thing the past 4 years have taught me, is that none of us can truly predict what comes next, no matter how much we plan. Because that's the thing. Life is unpredictable and messy. We're faced with choices we never planned to make. There are times where grades, acceptances, job offers, relationships go our way, and there's definitely times they won't. But here's what we control: how we respond, how we show up for each other through the ups and downs. So what are we going to do when things don't go as planned? Truthfully, I don't think anyone really knows, because if we did, what would be left to figure out? But here's what I want to hear: your actions matter. So stay ambitious, dream wildly, take risks, keep supporting each other in the transitions from plan A to backup plan B. Keep showing up. Because these are the actions that make us who we are. And who are we, class of 2025? We are kind, even if sometimes we're cruel. We are courageous, even if sometimes we're scared. We are compassionate, even if sometimes we're cold. But most importantly, we showed up for each other. Hyped each other up at sports games, danced with each other at school formals, lifted each other up through walks. and found ways to make each other laugh through the stress. Even in the middle of chaos, we showed up for each other. And from what I've heard, that isn't something every high school community gets. After all, what is the point of success if those around you are struggling? When nothing made sense, the way we showed up for each other gave these years meaning. And in the past 4 years, I've seen that modeled by others here at Hoboken High. And Mr. Terry and Ms. Gleason, who have guided us throughout these 4 years and helped us through countless mental breakdowns, they showed up. And Mr. D and Mr. Huggins, who pushed us to speak up and lead a room with purpose, they showed up. And Ms. King, who reminded me of the rewards of hard work and always pushed us to be the most resilient version of ourselves. She showed up. And Mr. Munoz, who despite every complaint and often completed student government meetings, planned every senior event and kept rally with infinite amounts of dedication. He showed up. And Miss Cindy, who never hesitates to put us in our places when we cross the line, but always made us feel safe and seen. She showed up. And Miss Cruz and Miss De La Rosa, who didn't just teach us about the world, they took us to it. They showed up. And the Sandlers, my girls, who never failed to be there for their friends, reminding us what real sisterhood looks like, they showed up. And my mom, who taught me what it means to defy the odds. She taught me to navigate the world with strength. She taught me what it really means to sacrifice for those you love. My mom, she showed up. After all, it's not the titles or test scores that define us. Years from now, being your valedictorian will be a fun fact I pull out during a game of 2 truths and a lie. So even though we will never sit in class at 8 a.m. and hear those super loud morning announcements, being there for each other is what it means to be once a Red Wing and always a Red Wing. As Zach Bryan asks, how lucky are we? We are so incredibly lucky, the class of 2025. Our first and best role models are the people we met here. Our folks at home and the friends we've made in Hoboken. In contrast to some national and world leaders that we see today, we have put our shared humanity first. So, when life inevitably feels unstable, come back to who you are, kind, courageous, and compassionate. And when you feel life getting messy, come back to each other, because we will show up. Come back home to the memories of this community class of 2025. And when you remember, rested, and recharged, keep going. Thank you. Congratulations, guys. You did it.
Well said, Mom. So, there's one big moment that's called the diplomas. But before I do feel like there's one person in this room who deserves to stand an ovation, and that is Mr. Munoz. main events. I have the pleasure of introducing our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Christine Johnson, who will certify the diplomas.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Board of Education, Administration, staff, congratulations to the class of 2025. Over the past 4 years, you have been exposed to many unique and innovative learning experiences. Some of you took classes in our aviation, biomedical, engineering, college and career, and innovation science labs. Other students traveled to Japan, the Galapagos Islands, Greece, Spain, France, and even to South Africa. Those of you who competed in county and state championships know what it feels like to experience the highs and lows of athletics. And those lessons will prove valuable for years to come. I know that there are a number of you sitting in front of me that debated and presented model legislation at conferences in San Francisco, New York, and even Paris, while others competed in math and engineering competitions or performed on stages right here in Hoboken and even across the country in Indiana. Groups even volunteered time tutoring others, participating in citywide cleanup efforts, coaching young children, engaging in social justice events. Some of you even competed in math competitions, completed meaningful environmental science projects. You are all very impressive. Some of you I've met just recently, others I met a few years ago, and some of you I've known for almost 10 years now, when I first arrived in the district. Those of you who were just entering 3rd grade. Morgan, Madison, Miles, Stephen, I can name a number of you. I just can't believe how fast time has flown. Yes, you all have had so many things to brag about over the years. Your academic and athletic brag sheets are very long. But the most important thing that any superintendent can say is that I cannot be more proud of the people that you have become. You are warm, compassionate, genuine, and authentic. And in my book, that's what makes our work successful. I have just a few pieces of advice that I'd like to share before we get to the main event. As you prepare to leave the halls of Hoboken High School and step into the next chapter, know that life will bring highs and lows and twists and turns. Through it all, your mindset will shape your path. Choose to see the good. Choose to believe in what is possible. When faced with challenges, focus on the lessons that you have learned from your parents, from your teachers, from your administrators here at Hoboken High School, and most of all, from your friends. When things feel uncertain, draw on your strengths. My advice to you is always to focus on the positive, because it's just as easy to compliment others, to build them up as it is to complain and to tear people down. Why not choose to construct rather than to destroy, to contribute rather than to eliminate? You've grown, you've learned, and you've discovered so much about who you are in the past 4 years, so hold on to that. Some people may question your potential over the years, or try to even put limits on your dreams. But my advice to you is always to define your own future. Eleanor Roosevelt said it so eloquently: the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their own dreams. It's not just your achievements, but it's your passion and your will and your empathy and even your resilience is what matters most. Let the world see the gifts that you bring to the table. Let them see what you stand for, the hope that you carry. We all know that the world needs more light, especially now. My advice to you is don't ever let anyone dim your light. Shine it so brightly that others can see all that you have to offer. And even more powerfully stated by Marianne Williamson, the author of A Return to Love, as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. Please don't forget that. As a class, individuals, but as a class collectively. You've earned over $21 million in college and university scholarships and over $110,000 in local scholarships. You've won awards on the stage, on the field, on the court, and in the classroom as well. But most importantly, you have won the hearts of the Hoboken Public School District, staff, administration, and Board of Education. You have had such a tremendous impact on all of us, and we hope that we've had an impact on you as well. You might not even realize it yet, but you really are ready to tackle the world. Your Red Wings and Red Wings are ready, and Red Wings are prepared to face the challenges that are ahead to achieve success and to embrace all of life's opportunities. Congratulations, graduates. The world is waiting for you. And now this is the most important part of the evening. It's the main event and the highlight. So are you ready for this? At this time, I am honored as Superintendent of the Hoboken Public School District to certify to President Ailene McGuirk, Vice President Sharyn Angley, and to all of the members of the Hoboken Board of Education, that all students assembled here tonight for this very special and momentous graduation ceremony have in fact completed all of the requirements in accordance with the New Jersey Administrative Code and the Hoboken Public School District's graduation policy. By doing so, these fine young students are entitled to receive their diplomas and all rights and privileges therein. Principal Piccapietra, you are now permitted to issue diplomas for the class of 2025.
Are you ready?
I just want to say I am so incredibly proud of every single one of you. It's been my honor to walk beside you on this journey, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. Angley. Faith Enorme Gutierrez. Gianluca Arenio. Christopher Atkins. Sila Baez. Daniel Barushin. Amalia, Batlle. Maria Carla Patoki. Lamir Bosley. Zariah Calcano. Johanna Calloway. Sanaje Campbell. Sierra Santana. Joseph Jeffrey. Isabella Siosi. Tegan Clark. Louis Colon. Christopher Cormino. Chelsea Coates. Joshua Covington. Ian Crespi. Diana Crespo. Eddie Cruz. Sheila Dale. Reuel Dampness. Paz Della Torre. Derek Delgado. Elle Dixie. Ailene Dodson. Uselin Dominguez. Jonas Eckhart. UCL Enamorado. Fernanda Escamilla. Nico Esposito. Kayla Figueroa. Genevieve Fink. China Foster. Mia Freeman. Briana Fisk. Fernando Janae. Jordan Getz. Noah Gibbs Garcia. Alexander Gray. Deandra Gutierrez. Desire Ingram. Rafael Jimenez. Ashley Justice. performance. Vincenzo Mastrogiovanni. Eden Morrow. Julius Melendez. Alaville Mendoza. Isaiah Miller. Jamari Moore. Benjamin Morales. Jalen Nelson. Princessa Ortiz.
Munoz.
Rodriguez. Jacob Roldan. Rosario. Isaiah Smith. Valedictorian.
Okay. So, may I ask my senior class, please rise.
Okay, seniors, listen up. You owe us something. After 4 years, Ms. Pick asked for one thing. And she would be up here for her voice, so she asked for one thing. And what is it? One more special treat. Can I have everyone join us in the singing of our alma mater? Let's go, seniors. This is going to be the last time.